Alright. Hey guys, we're back here Wrestling Day. We are back here today at Darlington for the 24th race of the season, and I've been saying this a lot lately. The final race living full-time at my house of 19 years. So, yeah, this will be the last race. Fully living in McDonough, Georgia, I would say. I'm going to be temporarily moved for a little while. I'll be back here, though, sometimes. But anyway, back here today with CRL here for the 20th edition of the Southern 500. I think the last year-long format race we had recorded was actually the Crown Jewel before this at Indianapolis, and I think before that was probably Daytona when we opened up the second half of the season. And now we are, basically, this is the end of the third quarter of the 2025 Cup season, and you know how this year has been for the CRL, especially this series in general. It's been a pretty crazy season, I will say, with all the races I've gone on so far, especially this group of races too. I mean, the last couple of weeks as well have been pretty wild, which is how races have gone down in the end with the winners and stuff. A good few first time winners. We'll go through them all here on this starting grid, and we'll talk about some other drivers too. We've had some close calls of first time winners and things like that as well. And just overall so far, a great season here. And starting after this race, the next race will be when I live in my aunt's house and 3 hours away. Starting at Bristol, going to the end of the season there. But anyway, we gotta get this race out of the way first here at the Lady in Black. So anyway, Caleb Campbell is on the pole for this race. Also, one other thing that I did a lot of stat digging on this last week is in the Crown Jewel races for the CRL in year-long format. Caleb Campbell does have the most wins in the year-long format among the Crown Jewels. I did not calculate those by themselves, but I went through every single year to see if a driver was ever close to sweeping all the Crown Jewels. Because I did not realize that Indianapolis, Caleb Campbell actually broke the record for most Crown Jewel wins in 1 year by one driver with 3. And there's a good shot that today will be the first time ever that a driver will have swept all the Crown Jewels in one season in your CRL for the year-long format in 1 year. So any other times it was close happening, it was really just someone winning 2 of them in the races. I don't remember the exact years. Also, another crazy stat, because Caleb has won the only other 3 Crown Jewels so far. I forgot what it was. Oh, in 13 of the 16 years that Caleb has raced, he has won at least one Crown Jewel event. And on Player Darlington, Caleb does not have the most wins on this track. Madison Yates has the most wins here with 4 Southern 500 wins. Caleb has 3 overall Darlington wins. Only 2 of them are in Southern 500. The most recent one was way back in 2016. And yes, it's been a while since Caleb has won Southern 500 here. Last one here in 2021 in the Cup Series. Starting behind him is Emma Bartlett, and she has been oh so close to that first career win multiple times again since probably the last race we've had and stuff like that. She ran really good at Chicagoland, however, wasn't able to get up in the front enough to go for the win there. Brady ended up winning the race. Last week in Nashville was her and Caleb going back and forth for the possible win. And then caution after caution, the style of how Logano lucked in Nashville last year gave Megan Bell the win there, and Emma Bartlett just oh so close to that first career win. It's basically a matter of when it's going to happen. I just don't know how it's going to happen. Heck, it could happen here tonight, but yeah, Emma Bartlett just so close at first career. And, crazy enough too, with her being so close to these wins, she is also running down the points lead right now here in the series. She is 7 points behind Jalen Bounds going into this race without her first career win. To Cameron Perkins, he's starting in third, and in practice, Cameron has actually been right on my butt during practice a lot, so I feel like the 61 car is going to be probably the killer for Emma getting that first career win tonight. Jet Turner in the 4 car, he starts 4th. Kira Strickland starts 5th and 19. She's another one of the newer drivers in the field here. Started at Portland the week after Indy, and I think she got top 5 at Portland. Hasn't really had great, she's ran pretty good, but hasn't had great finishes to show in the last 2 races. Latoya Gray in the 51, she'll start 6th. Then Anaya J. Then Trinity Wells in the 81. She'll be with Campbell Racing Incorporated full-time next year in the 81 car. Also remember, too, I am switching to the next-gen car, too, so she will definitely have a different racetrack scheme for her main sponsor compared to one I have right now for her, but she's running Publix this night anyway. Alexis Fraser, she is running the 41 here for the rest of the season. She'll actually be my main Xfinity driver, or my main second series driver next year in the 41 car, running a brand new Arizona scheme, the Arizona Raspberry Iced Tea scheme. I made this scheme in a similar style to the Gray Ghost, the Arizona Arnold Palmer scheme that I have. And Lexi, she ended up getting her first career win at Portland the week after she debuted at Indy. And yeah, she's also been running very solid top 5. Nearly had another top 5 at Nashville last week. However, got wrecked out late in the race with Caleb there near the end. Eli Johnson, 99. Then Jalen Bales in 5. JJ, she's still the points leader. However, she's been slowly kind of falling back the last few weeks. Hasn't really had many great runs lately. Just a lot of bad luck or getting taken out of wrecks that are not her fault and stuff like that. And yeah, that's why it's basically the top 3 are all within 7 points of each other. Then Caleb Campbell is 16 back and going into this race tonight as well. But yeah, JJ, definitely a good shot to make a run here at the points, keep the points lead tonight in this one, as she is really good here at Darlington. Then Jace Turner, 27. He is the driver right behind Jalen in the points, 3 points behind Jalen going into this race. Good possibility he could leave here with the points lead tonight. Sammy Schulz. Then Jalen Turner. Jalen Turner, she's another driver who's been on a run lately of really good, having really good runs here so far. And a crazy stat I looked at, every time she's finished top 5 this year in all but one race, she's also been in the top 10. So if she's running good, she's running really freaking good. And just like Emma, looking for that first win this year, she was close the last 2 weeks as well. Runner up in Nashville, Brady to see there. Should have won that race at the end, but the game gave the win to Braden. Kind of same thing in Nashville too, I guess. The game just let Megan easily get the win, and then she lost to Carrington and Megan in that race. Alex Harmon at 55. Alex, he's actually been another kind of quiet, really good driver these last few weeks. Nearly won New Hampshire, and yeah, he's been pretty good, solid so far. Riley Pope, then Kate Summers, Joshua Bartlett in the 17. Then Carly C. Carried to Gorbine, and you can't really see it fully, but that is a new scheme for him. Kroger will be on the 15 car, and I haven't announced what team he'll be on next year. He is going to be teamed up with one other driver I just mentioned on the roster here a moment ago on starting grid. But of course, I'll have those announcements later on in the year. Benny Scholes and Ivy Noble. Megan Bell, last week's winner, the 9th different driver to get their first win this year in the CRL. Absolute insanity in our first time winners this year. And Megan Bell got it at Nashville last week, as she is also one of the top 10 drivers in points. Also, all your top 10 drivers in the points have that red spoiler on their car to kind of, I guess, be able to make out where they are in the field. They have Cam Spinner, who is the 2023 Southern 500 winner. Caitlin Clisio. William Bounds, 28. He won this race last year. Hasn't really had a great season since he returned in this field, but I think he could have a good run tonight. Unfortunately, is starting a little bit deeper in the back. Then a Nick Owens, Brady C. I believe he is the lowest starting driver in the top 10 in the points here, and he, of course, won it as hometown 2 weeks ago. Fun fact, he became the first 2-time Chicagoland winner with that win a few weeks ago as well. Then Connor Little, Rick Johnson, Cheryl Sims, and Grant Green round out your field here in today's race. So 111 laps here tonight at Darlington, and Kel Kim, of course, on the pole. So yeah, you'll probably see the AI get the jump here on the start once again on this track as well. I think Kale started second here to Gracie earlier in the spring. Of course, we did run here earlier in the year. I had a bit of a shorter length made race here. This was a broadcasted race too. Then that one ended up being Wreck Fest. I will say, I did tone the damage down. The difficulty is a little bit toned down too, but not by too much. But I mean, we'll see how this race goes here tonight. Of course, Caleb on the pole. I mean, Caleb looking to have a bit of a bounce back too. He's DNF the last 2 races and lost 50 points because of one of the DNFs too. That's what's really kind of made this battle, this top 4 more of a championship battle. I mean, Megan's right there too, really Gracie, Jen Turner and Jalen Turner a little bit. They're a little ways back. The Gracie and Joshua among the top 10. They're not really much in the battle here. But anyway, we're gonna get ready to get going here, Darlington. Cale Campbell and Emma Bartlett on your front row. Cale, like I say, he's a 2-time Southern 500 winner. Emma, she's not got her first Cup win yet. She's actually has the 3rd most overall wins this year among all the series. Of course, we just started the COT season. Cale won race 1. Jalen Bounds got a win somewhere. Jalen Turner's won there. Cam Spinner and Gracie Barley got her 2nd win yesterday. But anyway, here at Darlington, coming to the green flag, and we are racing to the Lady in Black as Cale Campbell leads us to the green. Alright, Emma Barley got to do the jump there. So I will go ahead and say, too, there's no penalty on the 12 car. You know, usually, whenever the AI do get a jump car like that on me, I do penalize them 15 points after the race, and unless they do get the lead back. But here's the thing. When I was running the race here, I ran this earlier today. Actually, I'm recording this on Monday, and we'll have the race out tomorrow. As Caleb is coming back to the lead as I'm trying to explain this. So, I just thought the game was going to give me a BS penalty for passing the pace car somehow when I didn't. So I held back on the start of the race here on accident, so that's why Emma would not be getting a penalty. That actually happened yesterday at Rocky and 2 on Gracie Bartlett, coincidentally. And you know that Caleb started from Gracie there. And Gracie got the win there. Maybe this is set up for Emma to win tonight, too. Who knows? But anyways, Kale is leading early on here. This one, Emma Bartlett in second. Like I said, just so close at first career win. 5 runner-ups in the Cup Series. Like I said, she's won a good bit so far this year, too, overall. 11 wins overall, I believe, this year. And, of course, ended up winning 4 races in the 96 season, by the way, as well. I believe she ended up being 4th in the standings there. Trinity Wells was actually 3rd. Actually, Trinity is running right here. It's like Camp Racing Incorporated. All their cars are kind of running near the front here, it looks like. Yeah, Gracie in a new scheme. I tried to have some of the new schemes I've had being made, kind of show the race days. This is a broadcasted race in this one. Jalen Bounds, this is the new scheme for her. Lego will be on her part. They will be a partner for her next year. Yeah, of course, Lexi with this scheme. This is the brand new scheme along with the new 5 and the 46 Kale's run. Kale is running another special Adidas scheme. And another fun fact this year, Adidas has kind of been bad luck. Last week with Jalen, she ran Adidas scheme at Nashville and she ended up wrecking late in that race. Jalen was near the top 10 that whole race. So that race, like I said, it was Lexi, Chase, Will, and Emma going at it and the lead along with Jet Turner. And then, you know, after pit stops, they all did not end up being in the top 5. I think Lexi nearly had a good finish, but then she got wrecked late with Caleb there and stuff like that. But anyway, with Jalen Bounce here in the points lead. And, you know, she loves Lego stuff, so I was like, hey, I'm going to make a Lego stuff. Also, I did make a little mistake here. I forgot to paint the back end all the way. As you can tell, there's one side is white, one side that's the kind of the yellow for Lego. Also, I'm actually getting more accurate with the colors on paint schemes too, by the way. I used to kind of guess what the logo would match with the color, but I found out how you can use the stuff that's used for 2003, how to make the scheme look a lot better. And it's actually kind of worked out pretty well. I'll say this scheme came out well. This scheme came out pretty good too, although it's a bit of a weird looking scheme, I'll say too, with the layout. Because I wanted to do a special, I didn't want to do like the basic Arizona schemes I've been doing with just like the one color of the can and stuff like that. I want to go all out with this one again, like I did with the Arnold Palmer scheme. Which if y'all not seen that one, I do have a race replay with it actually be ran by me a while back. Yes, right now Cale Campbell, he is leading earlier. Darlington, we were 7 laps in so far in his race as well. Nothing much else to really say. Actually, any more new schemes? Of course, Grant Greenhouse came back here recently in the last 2 weeks. I forgot to mention that as well here. He came back at Chicagoland. Oh yeah, Nick Owens, his Zachary scheme. William is actually running Madison's throwback she ran here earlier when she ran for him. And, yeah, Kaylin in the Chipotle car, this is a new scheme here. I did not have this one run at Indy on my last broadcasting race. But yeah, I think this really is. I'm looking forward to the program. Yes, currently still last year, Darlington, really. Not much going on the field just yet early on here in this one. Caleb has really kind of kept it clean so far in the race. You know, maybe with Caleb being in the lead, this race would be a lot cleaner because, you know, the AI will not cause any trouble with him. And, yeah, no, I remember, too, I did get to the lead very early in this race as well, and then all of a sudden, the AI were able to catch you, so I wasn't really surprised. Emma starts catching me when I start struggling on the tires. But we'll see, though. This race likely will be a one-stop. The fuel window is about 73-ish laps here in this race, so if you do make it a one-stop, these tires, I'm not really sure if they'll really go on one-stop here with the tire wear on this track. But, if they don't, and there's like one stop, I'd say probably around the midway point of the race would be the best time to pit, because if you split the race in half, you already know how your car runs the first half, so run the second half same way, and then just go on with it from there. But anyway, Caleb Campbell leading 9 laps in. I'm going to cut a couple laps here, and then I'll get back and probably talk about some more stuff, as Caleb Campbell is leading early here at Darlington. Alright, back here at Darlington, probably skid about 5-ish laps here. I was going to skip one more about here back now. Yeah, so Caleb leading early in Darlington. They're playing enough, just looking at the running order. Campbell Racing Incorporated, they brought some today. I mean, Emma's up here, Trinity up here in the 81 car, 50, Latonya Gray having a good run tonight, Jalen Bells and Alexis Frazier all in the top 6. Campbell Racing Incorporated, they brought some speed tonight here at Darlington. Of course, helps for Caleb and Jalen in the points battle. Latonya's trying to show she still has it here. She hasn't really had a great year in the 51. Of course, Trinity replaced Kylie Hard in the second half of the season and has ran pretty well so far in his 81 car. Was close to winning at Indy if you remember back. And, yeah, great run for her tonight. This one, of course, you got Emma Bartlett running up here too, like that first career win. And yeah, Jalen trying to get up here and do the championship battle, and Alexi up here too. So yeah, of course, these 4 are all going to be on the team next year. Of course, Emma will be back with her team. Latonya will actually be joining Evergreen Racing next year with Toyota. She will be also bringing the 51 with her, by the way, too. I'll go ahead and mention that now in the video. So going next year, I do have already mostly the entire roster set with everything. 22 drivers, I believe, right now, full-time at Cup. 20, maybe 21 at worst, I think, right now. And the secondary series has about 10 or 11. There's one more driver, though. it's a Matt Contreras. I'm trying to decide where I want him to be because I want him in the Cup Series, but I don't know where just yet. That's one thing I will say. Most of these have like 3 cars for the full time slots. I figured it'd be best to do that. Have like 3 cars teams in like 1 full part time. And the series, Xfinity or secondary series has some of the cars like 1 part time per team for the Cup drivers, or there's anyone else who's a part time racer there that I end up knowing or finding somewhere. Yeah, of course, part-time, full-time Xfinity drivers. I will go ahead and say with BCR, Carlixie will be in the 01 in the X series in that series next year, and Brady will be in the Cup series. And actually, they're both outside top 20 the Shoals are not coming back. Kay Summers is not coming back. I know that already. I've already said a long time back. Caitlin, I actually have her team down. Actually, she'll now be part of Johnson Racing, I think, with her, William, and Eli. And then Rick Johnson will be in the secondary series with their team in that car. But yeah, Carly C, she's really the main Cup driver in this group. I think that is going down. With the UK team, their team doesn't have any planned changes, but Riley and Connery debuted a few weeks ago in this series. They'll be second series drivers as well. So mainly the drivers who have not ran at least will have not ran at least half of the season in this series will mainly be the full-time roster in that secondary series, because I mean they'll have some racing experience. There are some drivers who are in this series that are not, or that are in that series. Excuse me. There's at least 2 of them actually that are in that series that are not. Well, oh, and another one I have not said yet. Kiera Strickland will be on my team because I was trying to figure out where she could go, and I was like, hey, we'll put her on my team. I don't think she's working with the other team. But yeah, so let's go ahead and actually, where's one of the other cars at too while we're talking here? Jalen, and we're probably having a battle for the 4th year on the track. Oh, Jalen Turner gets in. Jalen, she's another driver I said watch out for tonight. She's really good here at Darlington. Won here in the spring last year. Yes, Alex Hartman. So my boss, Alex at Texas Roadhouse, I'll go announce this here in the video. He will have a race team next year in this series. So what I basically did is, because he liked racing and one of my coworkers, Kirsten in the series, likes racing, I have both of them teamed up here in the Cup Series next year in the next gen car. So Kirsten will move to the 6, he'll stay in the 55, and actually too, if I'm correct, Grant Green will be on that team too. He'll be in the 6 in the second year, and they'll be in the Fords too, by the way. Yeah, the Bartleys, I believe they also have a full-time driver along with the 3 Bartley kids running their own car. The Turners will have their own car for all 3 of the Turner kids, by the way. But yeah, so with Department Racing, so like that team, I wasn't sure I wanted Kira on that team or not. So that's mainly why whenever my team instead of being running on his team here for next year. But yeah, that's something cool I figured I'd go to get out of the way, talk about in this video that Hartman Racing will be a team next year. Actually, I guess I'll go say the team names. I'll have this posted eventually. I don't want to. I feel like it's too early to really post all the next year stuff already with everything in CRL. But Evergreen Racing will be the main team with Toyota. Turner Racing with Chevy. Camp Racing Incorporated with Chevy, of course. Hartman Racing with Ford. BCR Bracey Racing with Chevy. Barlow Racing and Johnson Racing. Both those teams are with Ford. Kaylin, Alex, and Trinity are actually the Rookie of the Year battle next year in the Cup Series. Fun fact there. And UK Racing with Chevy. And those are your Cup teams. Also, same with the second series as well. All same team names. Les Maddox, or something like that. And I mean, too, I don't know what other new drivers I could find. I would probably just have to run the full second series next year to get some experience, or if there were any other returns that would somehow happen, I doubt would happen. But, you know, anything can happen here in CRL. So, yeah, Alex Hartman will be having his own team next year in the series. I figured that would be best for him to do. And Eli will be back Johnson Racing. I originally actually was going to have him go to Dodge. Right? Eli go to have a Dodge team with Rick Johnson. But then my plans changed with the adding the next car back in the other series too. So that's why I'm not doing that anymore. But yeah, that's really all I got to talk about there in this one. And Kirsten, of course, will have Kroger in that next year. Actually, another sponsor change that will be happening for Jalen Turner. She'll be getting Welch's, which Welch's is on my team right now with the 81 mainly. But she'll end up having them instead because I fear it's kind of weird having Arizona and Welch on the same team with the fruit juice stuff. So I was like, hey, I'll give them to Jalen instead. Of course, she'll still have Costco and Buc-ee's next year. Jason will have this sponsor. I almost thought about bringing back Kid One Speed actually for Jace actually a while ago. But right now too, Camp Racing Incorporated, they are dominating the top of the field. Like I said earlier, the top 6 spots, all CRI cars right now, and then Jalen Turner and Emma Barlow are kind of right there in battle as well. Looks like here among all your leaders. Cameron Perkins, I said earlier he might be a problem in this race. Right now, running in 8th. And then, yeah, you got Jen and Gracie right there, too. Gracie, she's been getting a lot better lately, too. I'll be surprised she gets another win here in Cup Series. Of course, she's got her second CRL win the other day, or yesterday, of this recording. But, yeah, so as we are 26 laps in, Jalen's got around Lexi, and we still have Kale Cable dominating the race here, as Emma Bartlett is leading the rest of the CRI contingent here at Darlington. Alright, back here at Darlington. So I was actually just posting about the stuff. So, yeah, confirmed teams next year. Like I said, Camp Racing Incorporated, I think Turner Racing, Bracey Racing, UK Racing, all your Chevy teams. Ford has Barlow Racing, Johnson Racing, and Hartman Racing, and Toyota has Evergreen Racing next year. Yeah, that should be pretty cool teams there. But yeah, so as we are 32 laps here in Darlington, Jalen bounced up to 30 and JJ. So the points lead battle is actually mainly between Jalen, Emma, Caleb, and Jace. Of course, after the last 2 weeks, Bracey and Megan Bell have kind of creeped into that battle. I don't think they'll stay in that battle, though, here near the end of the season. And, yeah, we'll see. And, of course, I don't think anyone else will top in World War 10. But, of course, you do have the red spoilers for all those drivers here as well. Training's still running good. Jalen Turner getting up the 4th there, all battling her position. Lexi Frazier, she's been the last one in this group here. I mean, Perkins a little bit back here. Gracie, Jason top 10, so he mainly at your top 4 now here. Running down Jet Turner right now here in the race, and then Nia J on the back of this group. Actually, Nia Ferris, so I'll be saying her real name more. I'm going to keep Nia J on the rest of these results for these races like that, because I figure it'd be a lot easier to do that than actually change her name and mess up all the stats. And fun fact too, Alex, I did a little thing where I did like the quarters of the season, see how who's been running the strongest. According to the NASCAR 2011 style standings, I dominated the first 8 races. Eli Johnson apparently was the best in the second set of the 8 races, in the most recent 8 races, excluding this race right now. Alex has been the best one. It's actually between him and Jalen Turner right now in this race tonight. And, of course, up your top 20. Great to see. Runs in your top 20 at the moment. Riley Pope and Ivy Noble. Ivy, another new driver in the field. I forgot to mention him. He's the younger brother to Nia Ferris, and another one of my younger cousins, not the youngest of them. Jed and Joshua. Williams still stuck back here, looks like, and then everybody else here field. Megan Bell, lowest running of the championship drivers here. And, yeah, so as we are working lap 35 here, Caleb is slowly getting into lap traffic. And, let's do some onboards here. We'll do some onboards. Going through the field here at Darlington, we're working on lap number 36. at Emma and Jalen battling here. So this is a kind of a close battle championship right now. Of course, Emma, Jalen, and Caleb are in the top 3 here in this race right now. We're 43 laps in. And, you know, JJ, like I said, been in the points lead here the last couple of weeks after Caleb lost the points lead after Chicagoland. And, yeah, I really do feel like when we get to Homestead, what my scenario I think is going to be is we'll likely see a 4-way battle for the championship between Jace, Caleb, Emma, and Jalen here. Jalen Bounds by the end of this. Right now, Jalen and Emma, they are battling for second here on the racetrack right now. Really one of the main battles track, of course, we went through a field there a few times to see really all the battles on the track. We got a couple, not a lot here at Darlington. And Caleb is starting to lap some cars too, by the way. So he'll probably lap some good bit of the field here before we have pit stops here today and tonight in this one. I might go ahead and do one more break where I'll cut a good bit of the video here, and by the way, but I just want to let y'all kind of watch the battle for a second here at the moment too, as Jalen and Emma starting to go at it a little bit here at Darlington. Really the main battle on the track here too, and you know, very important points too for at least Jalen trying to get a good finish tonight. I mean, Emma finished very well. I mean, Jace, he hasn't really done the part really yet compared to these two, and along with Caleb as well. But yeah, at times we're gonna break away a little more here. We'll come back here in about 10-ish or so laps here, and we'll be getting pretty close here to pit stops. Alright, getting close to lap 55 here, darling. It's almost 10 laps to get there for this one. Yeah, Caleb, they're getting a lap driver. You know, those tires are getting pretty worn out here, so I would say in the past R2 races I've done here lately, I think this is probably the longest I've really gone on a run on one set of tires on this track. You know, like this track does have tire wear pretty strong here. And the funny enough too, I ran I forgot how many laps it was, but I remember I ran that truck race here earlier in the year in the first full series. I had pitted in that race, and only Jalen Bounds pitted, and we were way faster than the rest of the field. And the rest of the field did not pit, and you know, Megan in the big second did not pit and stuff like that. Yeah, I still ended up winning the race very easily. Still locked everybody because how good my tires were and how much I just dominated them with the tires as well in that race. Yeah, so while kind of watching Caleb here in the lead, Emma and Jalen, they're still going back and forth for second place, and Jalen turned me up here now too, so we can have a big battle between these 3 girls here in the field. Excuse me, I got a burp there too while I was trying to talk. But yeah, so Emma and Jalen going for second place here, and you know, still, you know, it's funny with how the cars are set. So of course, all the race teams have the same kind of rating for everything in the game ratings. Camp Racing Incorporated, this is the biggest surprise for them to dominate as well in this race tonight, I will say. And none of these cars are really touched to make them very strong. Up here too, they're definitely very nice here tonight. But yeah, just the fact that all of them are really the top 7 in kind of a lockout. Then, I mean, Cameron Perkins, he is just right there on them, and so is Kierton and Gracie a bit. Oh, they're all about to go a lot down, too, because Caleb is kind of coming up here, too. So, oh, but as he almost put case numbers in the wall there, car getting a little loose out of the corner. But yeah, so, 4-16, they say on the radio, they're going to try to pit around lap 65 here. No caution here. Darlington, surprisingly, no caution. I mean, the field's gotten pretty well spread out, I'd say, compared to the race here earlier in the year, with the front of the field especially, too. But yeah, so far, we're on lap 57 here. Caleb Campbell just dominating this race so far. I mean, it's still a really good battle here with some of the other front runners. I mean, these 3 CRI cars kind of racing around each other a lot. Lexi and Latanya, definitely a lot tonight here so far. I mean, Lexi as well, she's done really good in this 41 car. This is her 5th start so far. Should have been in the top 10, top 5 at Nashville last week. Unfortunately, did not end that way. And Indianapolis didn't really get much of a great debut in that race. But I mean, she ran really good at Portland getting the win, and at Chicagoland she was able to get there and get top 5 in that one. And I mean, Trinity, she's ran really good, really showed she can run with the other Cup drivers as well. I mean, of course, these 3, they are really some of the best drivers in the field right now, and in this league in general. I mean, although Jalen Turner has not won a lot this year, she is still really quiet and consistent. I mean, Jalen, she's been very dominant all year overall with winning races and stuff. Just hasn't really had many great runs in the Cup races lately, but she has still been one of the best drivers right there with Caleb week in, week out. I mean, Emma, she's been very strong as well, too, still in this field as well so far. But yeah, Caleb, of course, has been the #1 driver. Well, it hasn't really been the #1 driver lately. Actually, fun fact, going into this race tonight, we are on 9 different winners in a row since Mexico City. So starting at Richmond to here, we have not really had another repeat winner, except for Caleb winning the Brickyard. Of course, Caleb had won Mexico City right before, too. But yes, we haven't really seen a lot. Well, we've seen basically a lot of parity in the winners, which is really good to see, I will say, for the field as well. As we're working around 60 right now in this one. But yeah, so we're getting near the end of this one here. We're basically past halfway already. And we're looking to get pissed offs here. And in here in a moment, as Kale Cable is still leading 26 at Emma Bartlett here. So I wonder if Kale's going to try to lap the whole field here, and or if we're going to get a caution, or Kale's going to try to dominate and pull and win the race here. Because one thing I will say, Caleb does want to see Emma win or Jalen Turner get a first win this year, and see Jalen Bales at least do really good here again. I mean, they're all right there in the position as well. But of course, I mean, Caleb would have work. There's more cars allowed them too. I think he don't want to try to get a bunch of cars back on the lead lap there as a caution. I mean, the cars just come out now. The whole field would have to pit though, so at least the top 15 be on the lead lap at the moment. But as we're nearing pit stops here, Cale Campbell is your leader. As Cale's only working in lap, Alex. Oh, so I mentioned too, along with the Naya as well in the 93 car. She'll be going to Evergreen Race too. She'll still be in the 93 in a Toyota next year. I forgot to mention that here. That's why I be racing Toyota. Oh, okay. Had a little stretch there. So I think the 46 will be pitting first, and I don't remember how the rest of the field does pit in this one. Oh, sorry guys, I'm not really commentating much right now too. I just got tired of talking a lot. I'm trying to save my voice for this race if it gets crazy, so. But you know, too, for Caleb, this of course being the last race full-time limit, so I was gonna say that too, all the races really in general. I have not ran all of them at my house I lived in for since 2006, I'll say. But you know, look, there have been a lot of great moments though too. I mean, especially other places I've lived at. So when my dad lived with his mom had passed away almost 10 years ago now. Back up there, I remember 2016 a lot with the Daytona 500, especially. But I mean, a lot of the 2014 races definitely were very memorable living up there. My mom's house, I ran Road America there once or twice, and it was always fun running Road America at her house for some reason. I just loved it there. My aunt's house that I'm moving to, it's already had a couple races, and one with year-long format, the 2016 Brickyard 400. I remember that one vividly. I think the last one, like 2017, is Caleb is coming into pit now. But you know, it's just, you know, with living where I've mainly lived the last few years, just a lot of great memories of racing. Especially, you know, my dad's current house too. I had a couple of races there and there. Not a lot though. I mean, a little bit of 2017. That's really about it. But yeah, you know, just a lot of great memories. And I don't really know what the best race really has been to come out of here. In general, all of the racing styles I have done, it's just, you know, just really cool to be able to do all this with everything. And you know, just been really fun. And you know, of course, I always say I enjoy racing. It's really something I've been very big on my entire life, almost it feels like. And yeah, I just love running the races here. You know, running these series here, having, you know, especially my family and friends a lot lately being in this series as well has been really cool. I mean, coworkers, so good few coworkers too. And you know, getting a couple people off of YouTube here and there too that have been really running the channel on, especially Can Spinner and Brandon C right now. But yeah, it's just been really fun as well here as Cale Campbell ends up doing his piss off for the race here in the 46 car. And a special Adidas scheme. I figured to do a black and red one in this race tonight because I figured my favorite color is red. And I figured a red and black Adidas scheme would be cool to run as well. This is my current color for my current main pair of running shoes, by the way. That I haven't worn off. I haven't been running enough lately. But yes, Caleb Campbell goes down pit road. Emma Bartlett is scored the race leader now. She will be in the race lead with Caleb pitting. And we should have green flag stops here coming up in a minute. I think all the AI cars are going to wait just a little bit more as Lexi and Lotan going at it. Cameron Perkins has actually caught this group. I just realized he's caught up to all of them right here in the field. Emma Bartlett currently leading. And I'm going to let the field just kind of race around here and go for pit stops. We'll go on spectator for a bit. But I'm not going to go anywhere here just yet. Alright, now they go down there. So Emma and them really are pitting now, it looks like. So your 3 drivers have been behind Caleb here and tonight, all pitting. And now it's Serenity to the race leading 81 car. So I think Alexi pitted too, actually. I missed where her car was. But yeah, so we're having green flag stops going on here on the track now. I'm just going through, scroll through everybody here in the field. Yes, last 6-9 here, and Caleb should cycle back out to the race lead. Here is the 46 I was looking for him too here. He has like some more field pay here in a second. Caleb Campbell should cycle out to the race lead here, and I'm gonna let the cars race around here a good bit and let the field kind of reset itself. And yeah, we'll see if this race goes green the rest of the way here tonight. Caleb recon late. So Caleb Campbell, as he pitted first, he actually overlapped some more cars here. I see Lexi right behind him actually here. We're working last 81 now in the game. The 46 car. Yeah, so it's looking like the top 4 are going to be the only cars lead lap here. So yeah, Caleb has only not lapped Emma, Jalen Bounds, and Jalen Turner so far. Lexi's the first car lap down now in the 41 and 5th. That's a sight to see. Tanya Gray, then Vinny right there, and it looks like Trinity and Cameron Perkins right here on this one. Trinity had a couple laps left there too as well, actually, right at the end of pit stops, looks like. So yeah. So what's the scenario now? Does a caution come out here, and Caleb tries to make sure it's these top 4 cars on the lead lap here? Maybe let these 3 battle off for it, because I think Caleb might try to give the win away. Despite being in the championship battle here, just not trying to overwin all the races because of the player card, getting Charged AI card, trying to make sure the races are a bit, at least somewhat fair. But yeah, the Reynolds Kill Cable was running down Jalen Turner here in this one. Jalen won here in the spring earlier this year. Jalen Balance, she actually has a couple wins here, and some of the BMR and Era stuff. I think she won the last 2 Darlington Cup races for the BMR and Era, actually. In this, and Emma Barley hasn't really got a win here at Darlington just yet. She was in the battle, and I ran when actually she won here. And the last XE, of course, she ended up being the champion now officially there as well. Yeah, Emma ended up winning that race over, I think, maybe Kylie. And I think Jalen might have been in the 7th car of that race. I don't remember if it was me or Jalen. Because I know I won Homestead against Emma and Kylie in that one. That Homestead, I don't remember in the race after. But yeah, Emma and Jalen look like they could possibly be going at it for the win tonight. Remember, this is a Crown Jewel race too. And Jalen does have a Crown Jewel win at Charlotte in 600. In 2023. Emma, without a cup win, hasn't won one. And Jalen Turner has won your Darlington before, but wasn't in 7500. So she's still looking for that first Crown Jewel win as well tonight in this one. And if Lexi somehow pulls off the win, she get her first, and LaTanya Gray got her first last year at Charlotte. And then Perkins has not won a cup race yet. Eli, he has a 600 win. I don't think he has any other ones. But yeah, so as we're nearing the end of this one here, Caleb Campbell is still in the race lead on lap 75. Lap 78 here in this one. Caleb leading lap car a little here. And yeah, so we're looking for the caution here. Oh, and the 54 is going to go around here. I think Caleb's side is going to make a caution here. And the 54 spins, that will bring the yellow out. And I think, Caleb was just going to make a caution here, try to make the race interesting. And hey, look, top 4 all in the lead lap still here in this one. So we might have a battle here, Darlington, as the caution comes out on lap 78. Alright, coming to 1 to green now here in this one. The restart will be on lap 84. So yeah, I decided to have a little fun here and just, make the caution out things, why not. Sorry to Carl Little, he was the only victim I could think of. Well, it wasn't going to be Vinny Scholes, but then she got way past me after, I got way past her, after the pit stops. So, yeah, the scenario in my head that was playing out this whole race weekend was probably these top 4 all in a battle for the win. And actually top 5, funny enough, actually I had a prediction to be the top 5 in this race. And the game actually let it work out this time, and I did not do anything to make this battle happen, but it looks like it's going to happen. Caleb Campbell in the lead, Emma Barlett, Jalen Bales, and Jalen Turner, and Alexis Frazier are all leading this race top 5. Only cars leading lap. LaTanya Gray there at 6. LaTanya, great run by her tonight too, actually. I will go say that right now. So along with Trinity at 7. Camp Race Incorporated, all 5 of those cars are in the top 7. That is a very good effort by this team, I'll say. Yes, Kale Campbell going to lead us back to the green flag here in this one. And, yeah, this is also a good battle for possible for the championship, too, here. As coming back green here, Lightning Raid 4. Kale Campbell leads it off here. Under 30 laps to go at Darlington. And we are back to green here at Darlington as Kale Campbell leads. And, of course, the player car's not getting a good jump here. And we'll see, can Emma, Jalen, or both Jalen's or Lexi get up here and battle that before the end of this race here. We'll see. Yeah, Kale Campbell leading on the restart. Emma right behind him. Gray is the leading car in the field, but she is technically on the end of the lead lap along with Trinity right now. It's Kale on the outside line right around Connor Little there. And, got just a little bit of a spin on caution there to get his race back going. You know, not a lot of damage on cars. I'm going to say that too because I put moderate damage on instead of the realistic too. Because I figured maybe like if my car kept destroying the wall, my car like got destroyed. You know, the AI cars all hit the wall. Like so, I figured it would look a lot better for my car to have just a couple scrapes, but not what it looks like. I like destroyed the car though on the side as well at the same time. So Kale gets the little tiny there, a little bit of an overshoot to the corner there. It looks like, and Kale Campbell looks like he'll get back to the race lead or back to being the first car in the field at the moment. But yeah, so right now too right behind, like I said, you know, the trying to get a scenario to work out where it's kind of like these are the top four. Lexi, I actually slowed up to let Lexi get out lead lap because she was close enough to get out lead lap, and then, yeah, Gray and Trinity are not close enough. But yeah, you know, it looks like right now scenario could work out to help maybe Emma or Jalen balance possibly get the win tonight. Jalen Turner, she's been really good too so far in this race as we are nearing the end here at Southern 500. But you know, they got to get through the lap traffic here. Of course, the way the game works, you know, lap cars are starting off and stuff, so the game make lead lap cars struggle a bit on these cars. Yeah, Lexi a little bit drawn back with these drivers. I mean, you're still running really good. And actually, when I was thinking of how this race could end up going, I was thinking the scenario because I knew the 2012 would be fast. I was like, well, the 41 with Lexi, she might figure it out and get up here in the field. Jalen probably would too, and hopefully have a good one too, finally 5 car. And hey, the scenario is actually pretty much working for the race so far, which is I'm very glad on to see that actually working out. Especially the last 2 races I've gone to, where Chicagoland, Jalen Turner nearly got the win, and should have had the win, but then she didn't end up getting it. Then Nashville, of course, I had a lot of race by Nashville last week during the CFT opener. Yeah, Caleb's leading the whole field right now at the moment on the track, and Emma Marlett in second. We'll probably go ahead and cut a couple laps here real quick, or actually, we'll actually watch the spectator view, or no, we're going to cut a couple laps real quick here, and we'll be back here in a few moments at Darlington nearing the end of this race. I want to go your Darlington to Caleb Campbell, and no Caleb, it's 2,700 words. Remember what I said earlier in the video. Caleb is close to being the first driver in the league history ever to sweep the Crown Jewel events here, and you know, if he wins tonight here, and you know, I think Caleb probably would rather also probably lay like an Emma or Jalen. Still got to let him battle it out here and catch up to him as well. Trinity and Latanya's got around Caleb here on the track. Looks like Vinny Scholl's looking to get around him too right now in the moment. And Jalen Bales actually in second here. Her and Emma, Jalen Bales and Emma Bartlett, they have been really battling for second. I think if there are 2 drivers that would be Caleb tonight, it would be one of these 2 here. It looks like Jalen Turner. She's kind of close, just not there yet. And then Lexi a little bit more back here, but she's still been running very good in this one. William Bales is like he's getting near a shot of the top 10 here tonight. This one, good for him. Because I really feel like he hasn't really had many great confident runs in this field. I mean, even in the COT series early on, he hasn't really had great finishes. I really want to see him go for a wins or a championship this year, but ever since he came back from his injury, he hasn't really ran as good as I've expected of him so far, unfortunately. Not trying to knock Will in any way, shape, or form. I'm just really saying it's how it feels right now. We got Caleb leading with 18 laps here at Darlington. A good shot at a 3rd Southern 500 win. So, fun fact, Massey's having those 4 Southern 500 wins, most Darlington wins in the Cup Series. I'd say Caleb has the most overall, but Caleb and Madison, they always battle it out for those wins. I remember the last one that Caleb won, they battled out for the win. Heck, 2021, they probably battled in both those races too, really good. And then 2015 was a great battle too that Madison ended up winning here back in 2015 in the Southern 500. And the same look at the 28 that Will is running tonight. Guys, we're nearing the end of this race here, though. Jalen and Emma, they are right there. But they have a bit of a lap car blockade. Vinny Scholl's has not been going anywhere. You know, Vinny's been a bit of a roadblock all year. The main driver trying to do good. And Eli's there too, a lot down. I mean, Eli's running solid 9th and 8th, but yeah, it's just a lot down, kind of blocking the other cars right now. Blocking a Ford teammate too, possibly for the win. That's what we're trying to get the win. But yeah, so the Kira up here too, and I think Williams right there behind Connor right now, or Cameron right now, no, not Connor, I'm sorry. But yeah, so right now Caleb Cable's still leading here, and just trying to see if they can, the 5 or the 12 can negotiate around the 1 car here as we're getting near the final laps here in Darlington. Just over 15-ish to go in this race right now. Yeah, Caleb just leading Halen to lead, and Trini and Latanya, they're in good position to have a good run in tonight, based on the fact they got around their team owner. And CRI, all in the lead lap now, too. And yeah, they've had a really strong night tonight, too. That's something I've really been saying a lot in this race. Eli trying to do the same thing here, as he is getting back up in the field a little bit as well here in this one. Yeah, Caleb just a really dominant race tonight in this one. And it's a bit of a surprise, too, I say, too. You know, being able to have a strong run here. And I really feel like, especially in the spring race, the setup was a little bit missed. I think what it is, I did find a setup I made for this track last year that was really good for me. As Emma Bartlett, she's about to make a dive here on Caleb for the lead, as she's right behind Vinny Schultz. And Caleb Campbell and Emma Bartlett side by side for the race lead. Bartlett to the race lead, and now we have a battle as Vinny Schultz is probably really holding up this entire group of cars here, the whole line of cars right behind these two. And Emma Bartlett takes the race lead, but Caleb, he will respond back here. Like I said, that setup, I think Caleb found the good setup he had for Darlington last year in his car, and it's really done wonders tonight in this race, really helping him keep the thing off the wall. That's really what it was. Like, Caleb kept hitting the wall no matter what in the other setups. That really bothered me when I made the setup in the car in practice. But yeah, Emma Bartlett to the race lead now. Can she hang on and get the win? Will this be her night? It's still about 13, 14 laps to go to really decide that, but right now she is in a good position to get that win. Emma Bartlett in the lead, Caleb right now second, Jalen Bounds, she is sitting there in third, but they got to negotiate around Vinny Schultz here. Caleb and Emma, JJ could get up there, heck, Jalen Turner could get up there as well. Not sure about Lexi right now, but yeah, that 1 car is just not letting the 12 go by. I mean, you're a lap car, Vinny, just let the 12 go by but yeah, she ain't gonna do it that way anyway. But yeah, so as Caleb and Emma there side by side here, that 1 car still blocking them. Hey, maybe the 4-6 has to get their mover too. I think that's what Caleb will try to do here in a moment. But it's Caleb and Emma side by side for the lead. Oh, and Vinny, she's gonna drive into Caleb, and she's gonna try to block the 4-6. She wrecked into Jalen Bounds. Big wreck on the front stretch. So 1 car's gonna collect a few more cars. Caitlin Clisio collected. So is Nia J. Case Evers. Nia flips over Joshua Bartlett, a big hit. And a caution comes out lap 100 as Vinny Schultz was playing the Ryan Newman game and wrecked herself into Caleb Campbell. You know, when the 1 car was blocking like crap in this race earlier, you had to expect this to happen when Caleb tried to pass here. This also happened at Las Vegas where Vinny wrecked Caleb Campbell because she was trying to block him. That he finally passed her and she just wrecked him. And, you know, it's been a rivalry all year between these two, by the way, as well, with stuff like this going on. And, yeah, it now results in the big one. Jalen Bounds, the championship leader, gets collected once again in a wreck by one of the Toyota teams. Kate Summers last week was messing Caitlin up. And Nia J, she had a weird popover flipping in this one. Man, Joshua Bartlett, another championship contender, collected as well in this one. A big wreck here. A good few drivers involved in this one. Luckily, though, with the damage, the way I'm doing the damage here, though, I think Jalen will be able to finish the race out. But, yeah, just a lot of cars here, you know. Benny over here, actually, we're going to watch Caleb's on board here. Yeah, she went 4-6 line there, and, yeah, she took herself out. And, yeah, and Emma Bartlett, I think she got the lead right at the line for caution. But, yeah, Benny Schultz just blocking 46 a little too hard there. And Caleb said, hey, I'm done with it, and he's blocking too hard. He's had to throw another block again. You're going around this time, and it's not going to be pretty for the rest of the field. And, yeah, because the rest of the field was right behind them, too, when this happened. And, yeah, you know, Caleb just getting really tired of that this year. He's been getting messed around with a lot in these last race by his AI cars. I think he's really gotten tired of it. And unfortunately for Jalen Bounds, though, a big hit for her in this one, running third. She was able to pick Garrett Harris in the race, but she'll still be able to lead lap. Won't get a good possible top 5, though, with the damage on the car, possibly, but she's still in the race with that damage on the car. Joshua Bartlett, big hit too. I didn't see that until this race, this part of the race here, actually on this broadcast. By the way, I didn't really watch the race through, and who all was actually involved in the wreck here. I've been a little spaced out looking at the wreck so far. Caitlin, I know she got some of it, but yeah, Vinny Schultz is playing stupid games and stupid prices here. stupid prize was, hey, you want to cost a big one on the field here, getting turned by 46 now. But yeah, the definitely a really fun moment here, Darlington, for the rest of the field. Actually, see this going on. Nia J here. It's gonna be a fun year. I did not even know that. All right, who else was in the wreck here in this one at the end of the crash? Carl, I know she was spun around. Kate was the one that hit the last car to get the wreck here. But yeah, like I said, stupid game, stupid prizes here, and yeah. Other good view of the 93 getting popped over. Actually, it was a Kiera that maybe popped the 93 over, I think. Or no, let's look at Kate Summers in. Yeah. Fortunately, though, every driver is okay. Yeah, it was the 62. But, after, this race was very chill till this moment, too, actually. So, after a chill race here, we had a big one happen about 10 laps ago here. Was the last driver really do a big piece of what I saw right here. They hit really hard. And I think Vinny Schultz will be the only car actually knocked out of the race after this one. Now, as we are on the end of this wreck here, it looks like, let's do one more on board here. We'll go with Rick Johnson here as the whole field wrecks, or some of the good bit of the field wrecks on the front. All right, back here at Darlington. So we're going to have a restart with 8 laps to go here. And Emma Bartlett in the race lead. She is right now in the Catbird seat here. First career win tonight. Caleb Campbell dominated his race night in second. Does he let Emma win? I think he'll make Emma earn the win, but I think he'll probably play blocker here for the rest of on the rest of the field here. Getting to the final laps here, Darlington. Jalen Turner in third. Can she get her first crown jewel win? Can she make the run up here? She has a Johnson Racing meat shield between her and the top 2 cars here. Alexis Frazier, she is running 4th right now, and a really good shot to stay in 4th by the end of the night here. Then you have Trinity Wells, LaTanya Gray right here as well. Jalen Bounds on the hood off that car. She will still finish the race tonight, fortunately, as we are coming to the restart here. Emma Bartlett will lead to the green flag. The fans are on their feet. Will they see Emma get her first win? Caleb get a 3rd Southern 500 win and be the first driver to sweep all 4 crown jewels in 1 year in CRL history for the year-long format. 8 laps to go, and we are back racing here. 46, not a great restart as 12 car pulls away. So I got a hiccup. All right, Emma Bartlett, good restart. Caleb did not get an amazing restart right there in second. Of course, the player card doesn't really get good starts there. I think he's going to probably bottle his corner. It looks like he's about to bottle his corner a little bit here. He does that a little bit into the wall. Goes Caleb Campbell. There's a Darlington stripe right there. And now right in front, Eli Johnson, William Bales, and Kieran DeCorby. All your Johnson race cars too. I mean, Al's kind of working with it too a little bit this year. Of course, he'll be on his own team too, though, next year, right there in 11th. Good run for him tonight. Name it Jalen. They've been, according, like I said, 2011 point stuff, they've actually been the best drivers in this quarter of the season. They're all running down the field. And this one, of course, Jalen, though, running in 3rd, looking for the win. Fastest lap tonight does go to Caleb Campbell. Jalen Turner's been really fast here tonight. Trinity, William, a good lap here. Benny Schultz actually had a good lap. She's also out the only car on the race, by the way. Jalen Downs and Alexis Frazier also had really good laps here as well in this one. You're going to William. Looking around his own team owner here, Eli and Caleb is right now driving to Emma Bartlett. I think we are at 6 laps to go, coming to 5 laps to go. And Emma Bartlett, 5 runner-ups in the Cup Series. 3 of them have been from this man that is running her down, Caleb Campbell. And like I said, can Caleb possibly sweep the crown jewels? Like I said, Darlington is the only race for the Southern 500 in the crown jewels that Caleb does not have the most wins at on the track. Of course, like I said, Madison Yates does have that honor. Caleb has the most wins for Daytona, Indy, and Charlotte overall and in the crown jewel race. With 5 laps to go, Caleb, there he goes for the race lead. Now, will it be a battle between these two for the win? Or will Caleb just pull away here and easily win the race? Or will Caleb somehow wreck to just let Emma Bartlett get the win easily as well? But, yeah, 5 laps to go. Caleb right there with Emma right behind. Emma, she is not going anywhere. Caleb Campbell dominates the race early on. Emma was right there with him a little bit. Got right around him before that wreck with Vinny Schulz there. We're now 4 to go. Emma, here she comes. She's making the run now down the front stretch here at Darlington. 4 laps to go. Side by side between the drivers here. Emma, she wants that first career win. Both her other siblings, Gracie and Joshua, they have gotten their first win in the Cup Series despite not having as many overall wins as she does. Like I said, she's been so close to winning, just hasn't been able to do it. Like I said, those runner-up finishes, Daytona last year, Chicagoland last year, New Hampshire last year, 2 of those were to Caleb. Darlington here early in the year to Brady C, and actually New Hampshire again to Kierton. All those finishes, probably not in the back of your head right now, just she's trying to push it for the win. 3 laps to go here in Darlington as Caleb and Emma side by side. William, he is coming right behind. He's leading the lap down cars here. And Jalen's right behind them. Jalen, she probably won't have a shot at the win here, but good run for her tonight anyway. With 3 laps to go, coming in 2 laps to go. Emma underneath the 46 car. And she doesn't get the good run corner there. Caleb actually threw it into that corner 3 and 4, the harder corners of this track. But now coming 2 laps to go here, Emma, she'll still have some shots here in the 46 car. 2 more laps left. Can she do it? Can she get that first career win tonight? Can she be the 10th first time worth here? She takes the race lead through 1 and 2 with 2 laps to go. Still not over yet. We still have a lap and a half to go in this one. William Bales right behind them. Don't worry about him. He's not going for the race win. Won't be able to go for the race win here as Emma Bartlett is looking to take the race win here. Coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go here at Darlington. Emma Bartlett, Caleb Campbell, 1-2, coming to the line. Emma leads, and Caleb right there in second. Do we see history tonight? Do we see a crown jewel sweep? Or does Emma Bartlett hang on? Does Bartlett Racing have all 3 of their drivers win this here and this one in championship contention? Does Emma Bartlett win this race and go for the Cup Series title this year? I do not know. Down pressure one final time. Does Caleb make a run at it? Through 3 and 4, here goes Emma. Caleb, he makes a bit of a dive into the corner. Does not try to take a 12 car out. He's right on her bumper. But down pressure one final time is finally going to happen. Emma Bartlett is a Cup Series winner in the CRL as she wins the Southern 500. Emma Bartlett wins the race. Caleb Campbell second. Jalen Turner gets third. Alexis Frazier in fourth. And I think 5th place might be Trinity Wells. Yeah, there she is in the 81 car. But great finish here between Emma and Caleb for the win. Definitely a big, very big see Emma Bartlett finally get that first career win. All the trials and tribulation to get here, and Emma finally does it here at Darlington. Let's get your race win celebrations, and let's see your results and your points after this race here today. Coming off turn 4, Emma Bartlett, definitely probably a lot of energy in a race win interview. Unfortunately, I don't do those for these videos with the drivers that win. But Emma Bartlett going to get the Burning Air Darlington in the win. First win for Jim and Nix as a sponsor as well. They jumped on with the 17 and the 12 this year. And, yeah, Emma Bartlett going to Burn Air Darlington. Going to probably hit the wall a couple times here as she is the race winner. And like I said, she'll get the burn down here tonight as she is your winner here in the Southern 500. And, you know, back-to-back years, the 12 cars won this exact race. And fun fact, Caleb Campbell was runner-up for both those races, actually, too. Emma Bartlett wins. And doing the burnouts here as she is the 10th different driver to get their first career win this year in the 2025 Cup Series season. Not gonna lie, guys, I think that's the most enthusiastic I've actually been in commentating a race this year, by the way. I almost lost my voice from that. Yeah, Emma Bartlett gets the race win tonight here in this one. Caleb Campbell was close to the win. You know, like I did say, yeah, I wanted Emma to get a win, but I wanted to make her earn it, and I made sure she earned it there at the end with that final battle there at the end of the race there in this one. Jalen Turner, third once again, and she's on now 3 top 5s in a row, I think. I don't remember where she finished at Portland. I don't think it was a top 5, though. Alexis Frazier, 4th place. Trinity Wells in 5th. Latonya Gray 6th. Jalen Bell still 7th. Campbell Racing Incorporated. They had, and the same night tonight, they balled out in this one, although Jalen did get involved in that late wreck. Fortunately, she's not DNF. That would have been the 3rd one in a row for her, too. And would be really unfortunate because, of course, in the championship battle stuff too there. But I mean, with that wreck too, did kind of hurt her in the points a little bit. You'll see in the points here in a moment. But yeah, William Bales, great run for him in eighth. You know, William hasn't really had many great runs this year so far since he came back from injury. So great to see him good to see him get a good run here tonight. Eli Johnson, Carrington, so Johnson race did round in your top 10, funny enough. Alex Harmon in 11th, Cameron Perkins, Gracie Bartlett, Jace Turner, Cam Spinner, Brady C, Mega Bell, Kalen Calisio, Jet Turner, and Ivy Noble all were your top 20. And the rest field here as well. Vinny Scholes was the only car to actually DNF in this race tonight. But overall, this was honestly a very enjoyable race, I'll say, when I was running it earlier. And, like I said, too, sometimes whenever I think about how this race could play out, this is probably the second race so far. The exact scenario I thought it could play out in the last four races. And those two races were Lexi's first win and his first win for Emma. The other two that did not have any good scenarios play out for me was the Chicagoland and Nashville, of course, recent weeks. Of course, good to see Brayden and Megan get wins. But the way they won it, I was dissatisfied with how they won it. But yeah, this was a great finish though today too. I will say as well. Like I said, most enthusiasm I've really felt for a race finish in a while in a CRL. Especially this year, I would say as well. Anyway, here are your points here as we're going into the final quarter of the season, the fourth quarter. Get the fours out. And in wrestling style, I'll say it. I think we're having a fatal four-way for this championship. Emma Bartlett, Caleb Campbell, Jalen Turner, Jace Turner, all 20 points within each other. Of course, I think Jalen will still be the main player in this battle along with Caleb Campbell. We do go to Bristol next here in 2 weeks, which will be the first race at my aunt's house for the Cup Series. And I would not be surprised if Caleb does not stay down in that race, though, at Bristol in 2 weeks because he has won 5 in a row there. It'll be the Bristol night race, too. And it's probably a good shot for him to get that 6-1 in a row because how Bristol runs in the game. But, of course, we will see how that plays out. Jace Turner, I think he'll still be there, too, although he did not really get a good run here tonight in this one. Megan Bell, what's going to be good, what's going to be something to look out for with her is the Rookie of the Year battle over Gracie Bartlett, about 55 over Gracie right now at the moment. Brady C still there in the stands doing very well. Jalen Turner, she's been on a bit of a rise lately too. I think Jalen Turner's going to win a race or two here by the end of this year, definitely in the Cup Series. Jet Turner, good to see for him still, and Joshua and Eli Johnson. I think Josh will be the last of the top 10 battle here. I don't think Cameron Perkins will really get up there. Carrington, he could probably get up there too. Actually, he's been running pretty good a lot lately. Then Spinner, Latanya Gray, Nick Owens, Alex Harmon is leading all the drivers who started out this year without being full time. Kay Summers, Kaylin Calisio, she's another one of the drivers. I forgot to put the asterisk on her name. Carly C, your top 20 Vinicius Cheryl Simmons, and kind of officially, these are the only car drivers eliminated based off mathematical points at the moment. Of course, Anaya and Alexi have the wins among this group here. And of course, I mean, it's really, like I said, it's probably mainly the top four, but based on the points mathematically, these top 22 teams are still in it. But I mean, is Cheryl Simmons going to win a Cup Series title here, or is Vinny going to win a Cup title? No, but we'll see how it goes here rest of the season. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and if this is my last broadcast race of the year, thank you all so much for supporting, like always. I've always enjoyed running these races, like I said, like all the time. And I'm really glad this race turned out to end once again. And I mean, Emma now in the points lead too here. This is definitely a possibility of a really good championship battle because after Bristol, it's going to be Talladega, and then the rest of the year, I think it would just be just let the train roll off the track here, and let's see what happens at the end of the season. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Here's Caleb Campbell Camp Wrestling signing out, and I'll see y'all in the next one.